Walking eyes up, name on the door. Built this from nothing, now I want more. Hands on the plan, mind on the goal. Cut out the noise, I keep control. I move with my team, we clear every lane. Talk facts on the mic, then I cash in the game. No luck, all work, every day, same grind. If you see me shine, that was built on time. Locked in, don't slip, I'm right on cue. Say what I mean and I follow through. No cap, no chase, I set the tone. If I make a move, I make it alone. Standing on business, standing on businesses. I put in the work, now the whole room listens. Standing on businesses, standing on businesses. Facts on the mic and my name keep climbing. Brand on strong, loyalty first. I protect my people, that's how I work. Big plans, clean wins, no empty talk. Every step I take, got a proof that walks. I don't fall for applause, I don't bend for a trend. I stay with the vision, right through to the end. If I say I'm up, then I'm up for real. From the first small seed to the major deal. Locked in, don't slip, I'm right on cue. Say what I mean and I follow through. No cap, no chase, I set the tone. If I make a move, I make it alone. Standing on businesses, standing on businesses. I put in the work, now the whole room listens. Standing on businesses, standing on businesses. Facts on the mic and my name keep climbing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the Standing on Business podcast. I mean, let's talk about this in general here. Structure and foundation, core values. I mean, the EFED industry as a whole, as we know it, is crumbling before our very eyes. All due to the fact of people not standing on business, people not elevating to the highest standard. I mean, let's be real here. I worked with guys like Kevin Impact, guys like CJ Mundo, Browski, for example. These are guys that stand on fucking business. They have a core value. They have a very intense nature of what the EFED industry should be and looked at. Why do we have a lot of people out here copying and fabricating other people's work for some odd reason? Why can't they work with creators? Why can't they elevate like they need to be? I mean, this is some things that's been on my mind for like the past time since being in call. I mean, y'all put in the work, but y'all don't have the effort and drive to finish what y'all start. I mean, let's be real. There's guests that I'm gonna have coming on that stands on this whole nature, and I'm gonna invite them in as well, because I feel like in most cases, people got to stand on business. I built a show called Chaotic Wrestling Federation and Extreme Championship Wrestling back when I started on 23 with XCW. But at some point, when did people seem to want to follow trends? They following trends because of one reason. You don't see no structure. You don't see no discipline. You don't stand on fucking business when it matters the most. Why are you not eliminating corrupt individuals? Why are we not sitting up here putting structure and core values in the EFED industry? You wonder why? You have toxic narrative people in your Fed corrupting your mind, clouding your judgment. You don't want to work with people that have that same mindset. Only reason why you don't have that mindset is for one reason. You're not practicing what y'all preach in this EFED industry. You don't value what a person like myself or a CJ Mundo or Broski would bring to the table for you, or what Kevin Impact stands on. These are guys that literally know everything about it. Treat your E-Fed like it's the real life business. Everybody is not going to be friends. Everybody is not going to sit there and hold your hand, sugarcoating all the bullshit that you do. Ain't no fake lies or favoritism going on here. You got to stand on business when it comes down to it. You have to prove that your Fed is going to stand on morals and values. You got to be more accurate with what is going on in the industry. There are people out here right now that are toxic. Are you going to allow these individuals in your E-Fed? No. Because guess what? These same individuals is what's killing the E-Fed business today. I'm not even going to drop names. I'm not going to sugarcoat the shit. Y'all can see this for your own self. If y'all been on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, there are things out here now that literally are a toxic environment waiting to happen. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can see it. You can see it with your own two eyes. But y'all are so blind to seeing truth. Y'all are blind to seeing the narrative that's going on out here. And I'm going to stand on business when I say this. I don't condone pedophiles. I don't condone rapists. I don't condone any of the bullshit that goes on with some people. I stand on what you say, and I stand on what you do. I stand on everything that makes sense in today's society. You don't like how I feel about things? There's the door. You can unsubscribe to the channel. Or you can make a difference and prove us right. You can prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that you can be the E-Fed you say you are. Owners, stand up on the core values and principles on what you believe in life. Don't sit up here and make assumptions and say you're going to stand on business when you know you're really not. Let's be real here. There are people that I value more better in this E-Fed industry. They don't steal creative ideas. They don't steal car ideas. They don't do any of that. But if you sit up here and you're stealing other ideas, show names, the way people built their car, taking cars without permission, these are things that really make you have red flags in the E-Fed. Why do we have people that sit up here and want to have a toxic narrative roster that you're not willing to eliminate the problem at hand? Why do we have in car now the very thing that is killing the industry right now? Why do we have pedophiles in chats? Why do we have these rapists or whatever type of person that done these things in E-Feds? I mean, when are we going to sit up here and look at the problem at hand? It's 2026 right now. How many E-Feds you know in today's standard have these people in there? I'll wait. Or type in the chat below. Because I honestly, wholeheartedly believe, beyond the shadow of a doubt, there's a problem within the car community. there are too many followers and not enough leaders in the industry. But I'll shout out ones that's doing the right thing. CJ Mundo, my friend Wade White, shout out to HHOW, shout out to Broski and ONW. You want real defense? These are real defense. These are feds that's going to sit there and have you in a very positive structure to build up and grow. And not only build up and grow, but have friends that share the same interests as you. You want to be an E-Fed owner? Get around guys like us. We'll mentor you and mold you in a way that you should be. Not sit up here and sugarcoat shit like most of these E-Feds do. I'm tired of seeing the E-Fed industry crumble, people shutting down their shows because they can't stand on business and get rid of and eliminate the problems in these E-Feds. I don't think anybody in their right mind is going to not appreciate what real owners do for people. I don't think there's not one person in the E-Fed industry that's going to sit there and allow the shit that's going on now in today's standard of E-Fed and go unnoticed. We got to nip this shit in the bud. Either you're going to take a stand or you're going to perish like the rest of these E-Feds. But shout out to the ones that do it, because these are the ones standing on business. A core group of individuals with the same goal, the same purpose, and the same vision. Not stealing cause, not stealing creative ideas, not feeling like, oh, we can't be appreciative or wanted in your E-Fed. It's the individual that's running the E-Fed. Sometimes you got to eliminate shit to get your E-Fed and to get your roster to feel comfortable. If you're not willing to eliminate the people in your E-Fed, I don't know what to tell you. But if you got a core group of people that you trust, then by all means, that's your core group you trust. Stand on it. Live by it. Adapt. Mold yourself to a standard of excellence. Mold yourself to be a better person. Mold yourself to even see the vision of what most creators are doing today. Don't follow trends. Lead by example. Execute and follow. I mean, you lay some core values down below of what you feel the E-Fed industry should be. I'll take all questions and answers, and I'll give you an honest answer on it. Because I feel like there's not enough E-Fed owners standing on what they believe in and how they see this car community. You want to grow a partnership? Let's grow a partnership. Let's form a united bond, for crying out loud. Because I see right now, with the way that this is going, manipulation and politics is playing a huge role in car. And we don't need backstage politics and manipulation. That's one of the worst things in car community. I mean, car is supposed to be an escape from reality. Car is supposed to be something that be fun, an everyday lifestyle, to get away from the madness of the real life society. Instead, car has become a toxic environment now, waiting to happen. People are not appreciating what real E-Fed should be. People are not valuing the principles and morals of what owners stand on. If you can stand on the principles and morals of what owners stand on, I'm with you 110%. But when you don't do that, that's a red flag. The interaction, exactly, Ray. Exactly. You make a valid point there. And I'm saying, you say that, and I say this. EFED in the day, look at what it's become. When has everything in EFED became a fucking joke? When you bring individuals in that don't value what other people value. Other people that don't value what you believe in. Because when you go to talk to these people, you're supposed to be getting to know them, having an understanding, being appreciative of their beliefs and understandings. You don't sit there and not appreciate or value what the fuck owners do nowadays. And that same thing can be said for somebody in general. If you're going to question their morals and values, and you're going to question what the fuck side they're on, you're not a real friend. You use that person to build yourself. That's not what e-fetting should be. But if everybody wants to sit up here and sugarcoat shit, lie behind the scenes, be backstage, have these backstage political games, then fuck you. Y'all in the boat with everybody else that's in the e-fed community that owns the show. Don't play backstage politics. That's going to hurt you more than it hurts the people on your roster. You wonder why you're losing so many people on your roster. You're wondering why everybody is trying to find a show that they can fit in with, to have the fun, to have the structure, to have the moral value in general. You're not going to find that nowhere. Because guess what? It's not there. It's not there because people want to sit there and have their own twisted narrative for every fucking thing that they do. There is no core values. There is no structure. There is no guidelines. If there's no guidelines, structure, and core interests, then your e-fed is pointless to have. You make things difficult. You make things feel unappreciative. The way you move, the way you operate, the way you go about things. You're losing valuable resources if you do these things. I want to come into e-feds that treat me for who I am, have the respect, and have the dignity that I deserve. I want to come into e-feds that have a positive, open environment, not come into an e-fed that's going to point fingers at you, say you're this and say you're that for no apparent fucking reason. Where's the real e-feds that stand on business? Post them below. Outside of what I'm in. Because I need homes that make a difference. I need homes that's going to value me for who I am and my creative process. Not sit there and use and abuse and manipulate me for no apparent reason. But I value these companies that I'm in. ERPW, shout out to Miles Logan. Shout out to Titan Nation Alliance, CJ Mundo. Shout out to JTV for showing me a structure and belief that I can see in my own e-fed going. Shout out to guys like Ray Everett. He has a structure and his creativity kind of rubbed off on me. I mean, let's be honest here. There's not enough people that stands on business. But speaking of a man that stands on business, I introduced the violent tick to the first episode, CJ Mundo, to the building.
I mean, everything DJ's saying is 100% right. There's a lot of people that don't know how to be a wrestler. They don't know how to take a promo. They don't know how to take constructive criticism. I mean, the list goes on and on and on about these people that DJ's, pretty much putting his foot down and speaking about.
I mean, this is what we should be about, standing on business, making our e-feds feel more out there and more important than what the toxic narrative e-feds are doing. You got to stand on business when it comes down to this. There's no sugarcoating the shit. Your roster should be the top priority measure. If you're not standing on business, then why is your roster even appreciating you for what you are doing? There's a reason why I'm in Titan Nation Alliance for a reason. There's a reason why I'm in ERPW for a reason. There's a reason why I built my show off core values of what I've seen in these e-feds. And I'm going to bring those core values to mine. If nobody likes it, there's the door. I'll find people that value that same structure. But one thing I can't stand is people will steal your ideas for their personal gain. And everybody who does this, you're not genuine. You're not fit to be a creator, nor be an e-fed owner. I built XCW in 2K23 by the name of XCW Monday Night Mayhem. I wanted to bring Carnage to the table, but wonder who stole an idea just based off of my name. I ain't saying no names, but they know who they are. Anybody who steals a gimmick. Nobody steals a gimmick. They can see a gimmick and make it their own, but that's the problem. They're not making gimmicks on their own accord. We've lost something in call that meant so much more, CJ. And I feel like that little thing makes people get creative and not say much in most e-feds. But they can share, but if your e-fed is a safe place, they can share ideas in there. Get these creative thoughts out their mind. And if they can have people help them build them, cool. It's all worth it. But at the same time, if you're going to take these ideas and put them for your own personal gain, then you was never a relief ed. You're on borrowed time when it comes down to that. I hate to say it. CJ may have a whole lot of things that have happened with him in e-feds, and literally he made his own assumption and built off his own values. Don't be that e-fed owner that doesn't stand on business and have a core value. Cut the snake off while you got the chance. But that's the problem. We don't see people cutting the head off the snake, CJ. Remove that weight out your roster. Make something that inspires you to be you. If you're building a hardcore atmosphere, build a hardcore atmosphere. If you're building a traditional wrestling company, build a traditional wrestling company. If you're building a gimmick-based brand that's like fun and oriented and have this thought idea of having a comedic side to it, go and build it. Nobody's holding you hostage. Go take your vision and run with it. But it's when you get around certain other EFED owners and you bring these ideas to them, they'll take them for their own personal gain. Sometimes you got to move in silence. Sometimes you have to operate in a way where only you can see your vision growing and the people that you associate around can see it grow. Don't let others steer you in the wrong direction. I love working with creators who give me other ideas, give me logos, all that stuff. But when you come together and you're a joint venture, it's a thing of life. If me and CJ right now came together to work on the creative call for his roster or my roster, I would be more open arms, put a little insight, he put his insight, and we got something building. This is the beauty of call. This is the beauty of having a show, having a creator's vision with another creator. Don't sit there and let your vision be judgmental because of other owners and creators. Stand out above it. But if nobody's going to stand up for it, I will. And I got a host of other people that will stand with me. Real talk. CJ, anything you want to add on to it?
Nope. I think you pretty much hit the nail right on the coffin.
But as the old saying goes, ladies and gentlemen, don't be a bully to a creator or owner that's not going to value you for who you are. And if you're not, and if you're in feds right now that have that structure, leave them. Somebody will bring you in that's going to treat you with the respect you deserve. Hell, I've opened my doors to creators who had that same thing happen to them. And look at where they are now. Growing successfully in storylines, accepting constructive criticism. But if you're going to be that owner or that creator that's going to get walked over every fucking time when you're in the EFED, then you're in the wrong place. But the next episode that I'm bringing to the table is going to have a man that I feel is going to bring his thoughts and visions to the table. We're going to have none other than Browski on the next Stand on Business podcast to let him share his insight, let him share his value and belief from what he sees the business is. Everybody has their stories, but there's nobody willing to let them put their story on the forefront. But until the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, all I'm going to say is this. Creators, new to the business, been in the business for X amount of years, don't let your creative vision be tarnished by toxic narrative people. Don't let your vision be judged based on what they want your show to be. don't let your vision be impaired by other individuals. If you want your show to be this, and this, let it be that. Go get the creators you want in that show to be successful. Even if it's your own cause, that has to start off for it first. But at the same time, stand on fucking business. And with that being said, I'm gonna let that beautiful theme song be played, and we'll catch y'all on episode 2.
Walking eyes up, name on the door. Built this from nothing, now I want more. Hands on the plan, mind on the goal. Cut out the noise, I keep control. I move with my team, we clear every lane. Talk facts on the mic, then I cash in the game. No love, all work, every day, same grind. If you see me shine, that was built on time. Locked in, don't slip, I'm right on cue. Say what I mean and I follow through. No cap, no chase, I set the tone. If I make a move, I make it alone. Standing on business, standing on business.